Hey guys, this is DFD, aka Dark Frozen Depths, back with another event video for Kamihime project. The thing is, it's probably going to be running by the time I upload this, so can't call it a pre-event discussion. Now, some of you may have heard, but there was supposed to be another crossover, and that's what this is going to end up being. We got it at a later point. I don't know what happened in order to bring it about, but I'm glad it's here because it has some good stuff that comes with it. Now, I don't know how to pronounce it. Walkure, Romanze. It's hard to pronounce. I know nothing about this series too, so it's just completely new to me. But if it's like, I know for a fact that it runs more or less like the Kamihime crossover we had a while back, where you have a whole bunch of story events and a couple of battles that pop in between all that stuff. And then on top of that, there's a second page of it where it's like advent fights with different difficulties. If it's like before, then you could get 2 free Kamihime from this, but I'm not sure. And I'm not sure how good they are either. But we'll find that out as it goes along. Of course, you get story battle, all that type of stuff. You get magic jewels for doing all that. You also get magic jewels for doing the regular advent fights, which is the beginner, the standard, the expert, and the ultimate. There is no Ragnarok. I was kind of hoping there was, but there isn't. And I'll go into more details with this later when we sit and go to the JP side of the things, but from what I'm glancing at right now, those overdrives can actually be a little bit annoying on ultimate if you can't just blast through the fight, where you have to worry about ability seal and you have to worry about blindness. Both of them are kind of nasty effects, because blindness can just outright make you not do damage. And then ability seal, well, as the description says, you're not using abilities. I think it locks the cooldown off them too, I'm not sure. But, yeah, that can be pretty bad if you're hit with those, so be careful of that. And I do believe that Satan is possible to be awakened either during this event, like at the start of it, I don't know, or at the start of the next event. But that's the whole thing. Satan should be able to be awakened pretty soon, and considering that this is a light event, Satan will fit right in. But anyways, that's something to know. Something else to know. Chances are you're probably not seeing this stuff again, so you may more or less want to hold on to what you can get to. But Idolin-wise, she's not too great from what I can tell. She does increase HP, but there's better ways to get that. She can increase the rate of double attack, which is 2-stage from what it says here. But I don't know by how much. And then considering the fact that people don't necessarily like rush weapons either, then that's practically what this is in Idolin form, as far as I know. I'm not sure if it overrides like triple attack, but the thing is, if double attack truly is checked before triple, then Idolin's would hamper it too. And unlike Tiamat, this one's not packing a lot of good stuff. It's got a burst gauge increase up, which is practically the only use I can really see out of her. But other than that, she's packing a lot of HP if you want it, and then increases it further, you set her as a lead. But if you've been around for a while and got Menghuo from the Kamihime crossover, she can increase HP by up to 40%. So if you're really hurting for HP, that's the way to go. But me personally, I'd say just get some defenders on your grid and call it a day. So, can't see her as a main Idolin really. Maybe a sub. That's it. I know I'd hold on to a few copies of her because I'm trying to get Marma Garmer, who's the white 100% Idolin, but she only gets 80%, and then an additional 4% per white Idolin you have in your sub slots, which increases as she break limits. It'll go from like 4 to I think 8, but it's still a flat 80% regardless of how far she is. That's situations where you might want to hold on to different elemental Idolins. I don't know. Anyways, now if you know, we got Guild Order and we got our Orichalo comes, and that lets us get the final weapon breaks. I don't think this one ever gets a final weapon break, as far as I can tell. But even then, it's still a very good SSR weapon. It is a light spear that gives medium assault and small defender. And it also carries 2100 attack at max level, as in true max level. That is very, very strong. You definitely want this weapon. Especially considering the fact that the end game goal is to have all 6 elements pretty much built up anyways. This will help towards that. Especially if you're a light main like me. I'm looking forward to this. This can get me more defender. Because I will easily take this weapon and stick it in the slot where my SR assault is. It'll give me the same assault, but also give me a defender on top of it. So I'm looking forward to this. Speaking of assault, if you need more wind assault, you got a SR weapon you can get from here. But honestly, it's suggested to go after the disaster ones anyway. And this one looked like it might not have as much attack as the disaster ones, so up to you if you really want to do it. Quite frankly though, winged gun means you can use Artanian, and that's not really helping too much considering you've got Cybele. Like, you should have Cybele regardless, and that should help you with debuffing a little bit, I think. I don't know if it's SR Cybele that has that, but I do know, like, that's the thing. You really shouldn't need too many wing guns. So it's more just if you need the assault. Otherwise it's fodder, just like the darkness weapon. And there's event missions in this as well. The typical clear 5 times, doesn't matter which difficulty, you get half elixirs, and that's repeatable. The one-time only event missions happen to be clearing difficulties while an elixir, that'd be expert and ultimate. Because there's no Ragnarok, that's not on this list either. And clearing with certain rarities, so expert and ultimate both have clear with SR rarity or weaker. Then there's clear with R rarity for ultimate. This one you want to attempt because you can get a Dragonic Eye Shard instead of just more materials. Then there's also clearing with water attribute for ultimate. So I'm going to try to do ultimate with R characters and water attribute at the same time. And they're not, it depends on what you can do with them. I do know for a fact that Atohime and Kushinada, those two combined practically act like Gaia. So it's like Gaia split between 2 characters. It can help. Because given the fact that my water red ain't too good, I'll probably be taking a little bit of hits from the ultimate raging nuke. Maybe. I don't think I want to deal with the normal one, because that one's going to lock my abilities. But, anyways, that's what I got for this. Now, moving on to JP Wiki, which is going to give us a little bit more info. And even clearly suggests, if ultimate's too severe, go after expert. Which you can still get a lot of decent stuff from expert if you grind enough, so it depends. But yeah, you can get some good stuff from this. So be careful with that. You have to really try to get them. I'm not going to go over what it suggests because it's really up to your own discretion, but definitely try to go after the SSR weapon because that's probably the best thing from that list. Not to mention you can get a SR Kamihime as well. You might want to go after her. But yeah, the typical enemies are kind of eh. Now, scrolling down a little bit further, we'll find out what the free SR does, because I heard she's actually pretty good. But you have increasing amounts for stuff. It seems like it goes off the old scale too. where you need a lot of different stuff. So I don't know if it's going to change or not, but everything seems like it goes off the old scale. So you're going to have to do a nice handful of grinding. But still try to get the tickets if you're a free player, because those are practically your only shots at getting anybody new. Definitely try to get the free SR. So that's a definite for that one too. And then it doesn't seem like there's too much. Now, when we get into the it doesn't even say their HP either. But when we get into the characters. Now, this one, like I said, I've heard some nice things about her. She's definitely got a nice little debuff, I remember. Yeah, it's saying it's an A-frame defense down. But it says the 2 enemy units. I don't know if it will hit twice or hit 2 separate enemies. We'll see. She's got a combo rate up and she's got intercept. That's not too bad. But the fact that she comes with an A-frame defense down. If you don't have TYR, this is very important. Because TYR is an SSR Kamihime. And she also carries an A-frame defense down. But if you don't have TYR, this is very important because this could be your replacement to Gwen's ability, which is Ambush. So you definitely want to hold on to this girl. You definitely want to try to get her. Now, really going into stuff. The counterattack is like, they're saying between 2.5 to 3 times the regular power. But you can, if you could somehow get her to take more damage than, like, draw attention, then that will really help out. But that's the thing. She comes with a draw attention on that ability, but from what I've seen, they're not guaranteed. So you want to try and put her front line, basically. And that will probably give you the best chance of that happening. It's not like Gaia where she'll just step in front of everybody else. That's the best type of stuff to really have when you want people to intercept or counterattack or just block the damage. But yeah. Now, there's someone else I definitely want to go over, but she's gotcha material. So that's why I'm going into this section right here, because they don't lead right into it off the event for some reason. But you'll see why I'm trying to show her off, because I might actually try to go for her as well. Yeah, this one. She is a water Kamihime, limited. So if you don't get her, you're going to miss out. So anybody trying to throw money at the game, this is a good time to. But anyways, also throw magic jewels as well, because I think they're going to have a rate up gotcha for this. But here's what she does. She does defense down, and it also reduces the resistance towards debuffs. So it's like 1/2 of Vicissitudes of Fortune, but it also gives a I think it's an A-frame defense down. Let me see. Yeah, A-frame defense down, and it also acts like Vicissitudes of Fortune, I do believe. She also has an A-frame attack down, but also reduces the chance of them getting double attack. So those two skills are pretty good right then and there. I do believe SSR Nikke can also do the same thing. So if you have her, you may not want to go too hard for this one. However, she has a buff where it will not only increase water attribute attack for the entire team, but also reduce their fire damage taken. That's why I say she's pretty good. Because she's more or less got... She's got Jones' Trial by Jury, which I do believe is the attack down move. She's got Gwen's Ambush, but they're pretty much weaker versions. I think they're only like 15%. She's got half of Vicissitudes of Fortune. half of Asmon's ability where she reduces combo rate, but also improves everybody's water damage while also reducing the fire damage. That's very good. That's why I say you might want to go after her if you can. Don't worry if you can't, because there's probably others that can replace her, but she's very, very good. So if you happen to get her, enjoy her. Now, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a Gacha SR to go with her. We'll see what she does if I can find her off this list. It's more than likely going to show the crossover thing and say currently unavailable. You have to go pretty far down the line. Yeah, there she is. There's two of them, in fact. Oh no, that's the one you get for free. Yeah, that's the one you get for free. We've already seen her. This other one's a fire one, but we're about to find out what she has. Now, this is completely uncharted because I don't know what she does. Okay, that's a typo, clearly, but she deals fire damage, reduces a charge turn. Self HP recovery heal and wards defense up. And self attack and burst gauge buff. So she's got some uses, but not too much, really. Single target's kind of... It depends. I mean, if it was like the case of like Sarasvati, where she could put it on somebody else, it might have a little bit more use. But this is all self-buffing, and that's really... It's the worst of the bunch when it comes to that. If you want buffs that go on the entire team. Next in line would be where you could choose a buff to go on somebody. Like, I could see some use out of Sarasvati because she could pretty much give herself half a burst gauge. Or step and give her 25 and give somebody else 25. This one's just pretty much just self. Unless this says something different. Yeah. This is all self stuff by the looks of it, so she's not too worth it unless you really just want to get her for collection purposes. I don't know. I mean, considering I might be going after that SSR girl, I'll probably likely pull this one before her. But I say probably because I've seen it happen where I got the SSR but not the SR. So, who knows. Anyways, that's all for that. And I got one more thing to say, which is a quick thing about guild order. But as far as it goes, if you can access guild order, then try your best to go into it. Because even if you can't get the Orishala comes, you can still get some very good stuff from there. Just get as far as you can, even if it seems hopeless. But the thing you have to know is this. You will need very, very strong stuff. Get the best accessories you can get the best weapons you can get the best Kamihime you can use. And if you do have money to spend at the game, you might want to throw it at the gacha to try and get more. That's why I highly suggest getting the SSR guarantee gachas, because of the simple fact that even if it's not the one you want, you still might get something good. I've managed to pull a few good Kamihime for other elements when I might have been aiming for one. So that's something to know. But needless to say, this content is very insanely difficult. A few mistakes, you're dead, and you have no chance of coming back because you can't even use an elixir in the fight. Ragnarok gives you one return chance, possibly. But you can't even use elixirs in this, so you're just screwed. So, again, try to do your best on that one. But if you can get some Orishala comes, save them. Because some weapons can get some very good stuff. What the Orishala comes give you is the ability to get some weapons a final weapon break. Which means they will get their 4th star. Only select SSR. But they will come with some very strong effects. First off, you will increase the maximum level from 125 to 150, meaning even higher stats. It will add an additional skill. And in the case of weapons that got 2 skills, this gives them 3. So that's even more potent. And then the biggest thing is the fact that it will increase the maximum skill level for that weapon from skill level 20 to skill level 30. So in the case of something like, say, Assault, that's 15% base. And then whatever the strength of the effect is, will add on to that. So in the case of a large Assault, that is 21% from that weapon alone. So if you can get a full grid of that stuff, that is 210% Assault. And you've got second skills on those, on top of it. And more than likely, the weapons are going to go up to like 2400, 2500, maybe even 2700 attack power. I don't know for sure, but they do hit that sort of range. So, again, do as much as you can in guild order. You can't access it until rank 51, but do as much as you can. You will not regret it. Trust me on that. Especially if you can get an Orichalcum. Sure, your rate of getting them might be slower than somebody who can just blow through all 20 missions. But believe me when I say this, you will not regret it. Anyways, that's all I got for this video, guys. More of this is going to definitely come soon because of the simple fact that I gotta show off this new event. But anyway, that's all I got for now, guys. Take care.